back to my channel. Today I have a February message for all of the Aquariuses out in the collective. Please note that this is going to be a general reading, so it is not going to resonate with every single Aquarius out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual life coach, and a sound healing practitioner. So without further ado, Aquarius, let's go ahead and dive right into your monthly message. Okay, Aquarius. So first card up is going to be To Be Fair. Then we have Goddess Green Terra with Salvation. Interesting. And Enlightenment. Okay. I want to say excuse my voice. I've been getting over COVID and I still have sort of like this slight cough. Just pardon my voice and my coughing should it occur. So Aquarius, we are starting off with To Be Fair, Salvation, and Enlightenment. So I want to start off with the Salvation card, which is Goddess Green Terra. So I want to point out that I really feel that this month is really about you figuring out the things in your life that need to find a little bit more balance and that need to bring a little bit more harmony into your life. One of the things that I love about this Salvation card here, when you actually look at it, is that you will notice that Goddess Green Terra here has this beautiful lotus flower right up here on the top of her head. And one thing about the lotus flower is that the lotus flower actually begins its journey deep in the dark, in the danks of mud. And every day it goes back down into the mud, and every morning it rises back up to the surface unscathed, right? There is no dinginess to it. It is still maintains its light, its luminescence. And one of the things I feel that you are going to discover this month is that no matter what challenges or obstacles that you might actually face here, Aquarius, you will still rise above. You will still allow yourself to be seen, to be heard, and you will still shine. I feel that that is ultimately your message here. I want to point out that whatever obstacles or challenges you might have faced in the past, you might still be going through a couple of things that are sort of balancing themselves out. It might feel to you that things are not equal or they're not balanced, or you might be telling yourself it's just not fair. And the one thing I want to point out is that everything that occurs transpires for you to be able to grow. That is how we actually expand our own awareness and our own consciousness. We expand it based off of the experiences that we encounter, and it's how enlightenment actually takes place. You know, the challenges and the obstacles that we face help us become a little bit more resilient. It helps us become more consciously aware, or it helps us identify areas that we might supersede in a way that we might not perceive them the same way, or we might not view them the same way. And so we end up growing and expanding our own source of realization. I look at it a lot as self-realization. And I feel that this month, it's really about you understanding here with Salvation that everything that you encounter sort of puts you on this path towards greatness. It's moving you more towards this enlightenment. And I want you to understand that it's going to be vital here. It's going to be vital that you really listen to your intuition. On this To Be Fair card, okay, there is an owl right up here at the top of her head here. And let me just get this to focus just a little bit. There we go. So on this To Be Fair card, you will see that there is an owl at the top of her head, and she is balancing scales. And what this usually means is that the owl represents our inner intuition. It represents our inner knowing, our ability to be able to see the bigger picture. And even though you might be presented with many things that you might feel you have to juggle, and you might feel like there's just so much, I don't know how I can balance it all. Understanding that when you're connected to that inner guidance, to that inner intuition of yours, you will always see the bigger picture. You will always recognize that no matter what is put on your plate, it is there because there's a greater purpose for it. You're just not seeing it in the actual moment. And it's important that you look at everything as an opportunity for expansion and growth. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right into the tarots. Let's see what other additional information Spirit has for you here this month. Okay, well, all right. So now we are starting off with the Nine of Pentacles in reversed with the Emperor card in reversed. Okay, this is usually not how I like to see things sort of pan out, but here's kind of what I'm seeing. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Normally in the upright position, the Nine of Pentacles represents your own source of independence, right? That you're very strong-willed and you're moving along and working really hard for yourself. But I kind of feel that what's transpiring here, especially since it's fallen on the To Be Fair, and this is why I feel this message has sort of come up here. You have to put forth the effort. You have to look at everything that happens in your life. If you look at everything as a challenge and you look at everything as an obstacle instead of an opportunity, then you're very pessimistic in that point of view here, Aquarius. Understand that not everything is out to get you. And yes, things might not go the way that you would want them to go. And it might look like it's unfair. But what you're not understanding is that there is things going on behind the scenes that you yourself are not privy to here, Aquarius. And because you're not, okay, look, the bottom of the deck, we just got the Star card after these two cards came out. So here's what I want you to remember. Regardless of what you're going through here, Aquarius, do not give up hope. Okay, do not give up hope. Continue the faith. Understand that there are things beyond your control that you don't have a say-so in, and it's sort of like challenging you to sort of supersede, to sort of look at the bigger picture. Recognize that in your mindset, in your reality right now, or where you are in this current situation or circumstance, you're only seeing it so far. You're not seeing the bigger picture. You don't recognize that, okay, well, maybe you didn't get that job and you were really expecting that job and that's the job that you were really asking for. But maybe what you don't see is that maybe in a year's time, you're going to hate that job, or maybe you're going to be let go from that job. So Spirit isn't going to put you in a place that isn't going to lead you towards something that could benefit you better off in the long run. This is why it's so important to see the bigger picture, to not look at everything as an obstacle or a challenge, to look at it as an opportunity for growth, recognizing that when no comes across your door, it doesn't mean it's the end of the road. It just means there's another opportunity waiting for you, right? When one door closes, another door opens. So you have to be a little bit more optimistic. I feel that you also have to recognize your own worth here. And I feel that because this Nine of Pentacles is in reversed, I feel like you're not really listening to your own worth. You're not seeing the value in yourself, and you're allowing these circumstances to sort of dictate your own self-worth and self-esteem. And that's not what we're really wanting, right? I feel that you're needing to take action. So if so I feel that what you're needing to do is take charge. You have to take charge of your own course. So it's basically how you perceive things, okay? How you're viewing things. Okay. So now we have the 10 of Cups with the Queen of Cups. And let's get one more card. So the 10 of Cups really speaks about spiritual and emotional fulfillment. Look at that. Okay. And what that is saying is that it is basically saying that when you are so in love with what you are doing, when you will give your all, you will put forth so much effort. And I feel that is what you are desiring, right? So you have to really focus on the things that bring you the greatest amount of fulfillment and the greatest amount of joy. Spirit's saying that you are going to be successful, that you are going to create the reality that you are wanting here, Aquarius, that you're going to have it all, but you got to listen to your intuition. It's almost like you're not really listening to that inner guidance, and it's almost like you're in your head. You're trying to strategically place yourself or plan for your future in a way that isn't fulfilling you, because I think logically that's how you think it's supposed to work, but that's not actually how it's going to work here. And you're needing to trust your own inner guidance and know without a shadow of a doubt that no matter where you are being led, it is leading you one step closer towards the success where you will outshine everyone else around you, and you will actually surprise yourself at how worthy you are of having what you are desiring. And I feel this is probably why this sense of, I don't want to say self-loathing, but where it's actually stemming from, because maybe you're struggling with the concept of that you deserve or that you are worthy of having this sense of success, or this sense of that you are worth the expense, or that you're worth it, right? So if you're struggling with that, that's something that you're going to need to actually embrace here. So let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's see what additional information Spirit has for you here. I find it very interesting that you got to the Empress here at the end, because the Empress is really about creation, and it's about creativity, and it's about abundance. It's about being the source. You know, the other thing about the Empress energy, it's about being open to receiving, right? If you are not in tune with your own inner guidance, and you are not allowing yourself to be open to what the universe is trying to give you, then you're going to basically not, it's almost like you're being ungrateful. I don't know how else to explain that other than maybe you feel like you're being blocked. Maybe you feel like there are obstacles constantly being put in your way. And you feel like you've worked really hard to get to where you are. And you feel like, why can't I push further? Why can't I push beyond that? And the reason is because you don't feel that you are worthy. There isn't any balance in what you are doing. And I want to point out, this is about giving of self, right? Really nurturing oneself, recognizing where you fall short, right? Where you fall short, and giving yourself that love and that attention, and really focusing in on those things, recognizing that it's opportunity for growth. The more that you put into it, the more in love you become with it, the more you become that true source of knowledge, right? And you're able to create more of that. So it's really about you getting in tune here with your own source of salvation. How are you going to help yourself become this enlightened person that you are wanting to be, so that it benefits you as you go further, okay? Because recognize, it's not the universe's fault. This one wanted to come out. It's not the universe's fault. The universe is not working against you, okay? It's really you working against you, because you are fighting this intuition that's coming up. So here you have the page of inspiration. Again, I feel that you're being inspired. I feel like there are parts of you that know that's sort of leading you towards this new direction, that's wanting you to look at things from a different perspective. And you have this idea that, okay, well, maybe I am looking at this in the wrong way, and maybe I do need to change the way that I view this, but you're not really doing that. You're allowing your own sense of insecurities to sort of keep you stuck. And now we have the Three of Emotions, right? So this is in reverse. It's the Three of Cups. So I feel like, again, you're not really celebrating your small wins. You're really focusing on the big things that aren't really going your way, and you're sort of sabotaging yourself for that. And I want to point out that, this Three of Emotions is meant to be celebrated. It's meant to be overjoyed, and you're meant to be expressing it outwardly, and you're not. It's almost like you're not even happy about where you are. And the thing is if you want further growth, you want further success, you have to be happy with where you are. I'm not saying that you need to be disillusioned, right? I'm not saying that. You could totally not like where you are, but if you don't like where you are, then ask yourself, what do I need to do to change that? What do I need to do to get me to where I actually want to be? How do I change my own distaste for where I am into self-love and self-care? Okay. All right. Next, we have the Hanged Muse. Okay, yes, it's about surrendering. You have to be willing to surrender to the outcome. That means stop trying to take control of the situation. Recognize that there are things that are out of your control, and you have to go with the flow. But I also feel that you're needing to really allow yourself to see something from a different perspective. I feel this is where you're going to gain a lot greater insight. And I feel that when you literally... So I keep hearing this word, sacrifice. When you can sit back and surrender to what is, okay, which means that you allow it to be what it is, you recognize it for what it is, and then you ask yourself, how is me staying in this position? What am I sacrificing in order to stay here? Even though I know it's not fulfilling me, it's not letting me take the right course of action that I want, it's making me feel like I'm not, supported. What do I need to change? What am I sacrificing by staying in this position or by continuing on this path? I feel that's the important question you have to ask here with the Muse. Next we have, look, the Eight of Inspiration, the Eight of Wands. I feel that once you surrender, once you allow yourself to be where you are and to accept where you are and make the necessary changes, I feel that you're going to spring forward very quickly. That change is going to come in. Things are going to be sort of rapid fire coming in, and things are going to actually start changing for you very, very quickly. It's sort of like that aha. It's going to be coming in so quickly, and this transformation is going to take charge, and before you know it, you'll be able to identify all of the fears, all of the anxieties that are keeping you from creating or manifesting the actual things that you are desiring here. The one thing about temperance is that we have to have patience with ourselves. Understand that we are not going to change overnight. We are going to face a lot of challenges. We're going to face a lot of our own inner demons here with the Nine of Voices that's going to keep us stuck in fear, right? But if we could surrender, right? If we can understand here with the Strength card that, we have this inner ability we know that we can overcome every challenge. Again, I'm going to go back to the lotus flower here with the Salvation. Okay, because again, the lotus flower is grown in mud. And you would think that a beautiful flower like the lotus, when it beautifully opens up, there is no soot, there is no dirt, there is no mud, there's no stains, there's no streaks, nothing. It is radiant, magnificent, and beautiful all on its own. It grows through adversity, and it still comes out strong. in the end. And this is you. I feel that this transformation that is taking place here with you, Aquarius, is really about you becoming the lotus, the life of the lotus, even through all the adversity, through all of the challenges, through all of the obstacles. When you can surrender and see the bigger picture, you will start to truly transform. You will start to see the significant shifting and the changing, and things will magically start to create in beautiful ways for yourself. So Aquarius, this is your message this month. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.